I want to thank everybody for passing through Indian Trace. You know, every arrowhead, or I should say every style of arrowhead, holds its own particular characteristic quality, if you will. Tells its own story. People try to identify them with its own time period, and many times it does. But yesterday I found a great Lecroy. Then I had a shout out and request about the Lecroys that I had found. So I figured I would do just a quick, simple display, because I keep one display bin where I keep my Lecroys. And I hadn't visited in it in a while. And if I hadn't seen a lot of these in a while, you definitely haven't. 5 years worth of finds, maybe, when it comes to Lecroy, including yesterday. So I just want to sail through these, the curious quality of a Lecroy. And as we go through it, I also want to remind everybody that if you know Indian Trace here, you've heard of Jonesy, and if you know the artifact community here, you are well familiar with Dirty Water Jones. Sort of believe at this moment he's either going through procedure, in procedure, or is finished. And I hope there's been no complications. Look at this nice piece from Mecca. And I hope there's been no complications. He had some serious stuff going on with his health, and they had some procedures, I guess, for his heart or something that he believed could help, or was the only answer to help him. So this is also a prayer for his well-being in this community, because he represented the North American Indian and freedom and a lot of things that I think that all of us hold in common. So we'll pray that things work out for him today. And I told him that the spirit of life would be with him today no matter what. So what you're looking at is a point that they call the Lecroy. And here in eastern central North Carolina, as I've seen here, the lion's share, 80% of these are in quartz. Only about 4 of them are not. So that's interesting, because quartz is hard to work, and this is pretty small stuff. I found this, of course, at Hidden Hill, and the one right next to it I found at Hidden Hill as well, and that one I found at Hidden Hill as well. So they were making Lecroys right there, or it staples it into a time period. I'm not too sure. That was a great point. Contrast against the red of my skin. Went for a short time out, short little walk today. Didn't find a whole lot. Special place I went to in Site 5. Fairly uneventful, but that's okay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nice piece, right? Trying to get close enough up so people can check these out the way they want to. So I had about 2 people make specific comments about Lecroys. So I figured I'd put them up there and let people have a close-up museum type tour of the Lecroys that I have in my collection. Hope everybody is doing great, moving through this winter, at least here in central North Carolina. We have the whispers of spring. Yeah, I know a lot of you are saying already. Well, we could have some cold snaps, but I'm talking 60s, 65, 55 days in the sun is fine with me. It's a whole lot better than that stuff we call snow. Now, I grew up with the snow, no doubt, in upstate New York, Adirondack region. And it was cold, plenty cold. That's a great point here that I found at Ravona. I mean, all the Lecroys are real nice. I mean, that piece of quartz is incredible. Found this piece here at Ravona. Don't get to go there that often. Actually, I've gone through there to establish the site, and the site has come out unestablished. Very strange the way that happens sometimes. And I mean perfect, absolutely perfect conditions. Been through there, and Found a handful of pieces, but and it's not hunted that spot, but it doesn't produce. That's just the way it is, you know. This I'm not even sure is Lecroy, but it just fits with the group. Found at the Vulture. They just worked that piece of quartz out to do what they needed. It might not even at all be in the same time period as these or this. My gracious. And that was yesterday's to finish. Absolutely fantastic piece. One of my top Lecroys. No doubt about it. So I wanted to just put up a quick video. The curious qualities of Lecroy's. Eastern Central North Carolina. Hope you find out there, and if you believe in prayer, let's believe that Jonesy, that Mike is going to be okay, and that he'll receive strength again to do some things and some digs like he likes to do, get back into the swamp. I'd like to see that happen. Hope everybody finds out there to stay warm.